Hello guys and welcome back to the channel, and in this video I'm going to show you how to sign Wonderkids for cheap money. And currently I'm in my Hull City save in 2028. We're walking into a new season and I had this email from there's League One. Jackson Nicholas went on to win the League One Uber Eats, but then if you look at Kylian Mbappe here, that went on to take second. So if you just click on Kylian Mbappe, this is what you're going to do. Go to one of the best players that you know in your game. It could be Kylian Mbappe, it could be somebody else, a kind of player that you're looking for, and then quickly hover onto their comparison tab. Let's say you probably signed them, maybe you haven't signed them, you haven't scouted them yet. What you're going to do is go down to find similar players. Once you go on to click that option there, it's going to walk you eventually, it's going to take you to a list of other players where you're going to see players that are similar to Kylian Mbappe. Now there are players like Gabriel Jesus, Erling Haaland, Martinelli, Ansu Fati, Salah, and the rest. Bertrand Traore, he's probably 32 years of age. What you want to do now is to filter this list by age. You're going to see players that are in the realm of 19, 21, 22, 25. In your game is going to be quite different depending on the player that you're using. Mbappe is quite unique, so I actually found a player in Henrik Borch Hansen. Now this player is only 19 years of age. Get this, he's from Denmark, and then he's costing about $325,000, 3.3, or within the range of 325k to $3.3 million, and that's not a lot of money compared to my team and compared to your team as well. If you're playing with in the Premier League with an elite team, I'm using Hull City, and that 3.3 million max is an amount of money that I can afford to pay at the moment. So I'm just going to go in here and then go to make an offer. 325k. I'm going to try and suggest those terms and see what the AI manager goes on to throw at me and say he wants instead of the money. So suggest them. You can see a 4.1, so that's at best. You can go and dance around with the negotiation and then try to work them out for 2.5. This is probably lazy management, but I'm sure if you go with a hands-on approach to see how well you can choose the money that you want to spend on this guy, you can get a fair deal. But for me, I'm just going to run it quickly and then we're going to suggest the term and then go on to finally sign this one player. Now you can see that the attribute masking for my team is turned on, so most of his attributes aren't quite there yet. He has a lot of work to do in work rate, concentration, but natural fitness being 16, acceleration, pace as well. This is a player that we can work with and develop to become a world beater, eventually just as good as Kylian Mbappe. If not, he may not be better than Mbappe or whatever, but he's going to be one of those very great players in the game, and the game might not even rate him as an absolute wonder kid as well, but he's just a very good player, above average, that you can go on to develop from the age of 19 up until when he's 25 or whatnot. And that's how easy it is to go on to sign players. Now you may be wondering, how do I find who my best players are according to my own game? I'm going to show you an easy trick as to what you can do. And then you can see the globe here on Football Manager. There's a small globe that says world. Right in the top right corner of your screen, you're going to see the globe. Just click on the globe, it says world, and then go over in the tab that pops up, go over to the world dialog box and then select that dialog. It's going to show you another list of options that has general, international, what is this, and then club, and then rankings. You're going to select rankings now because it's going to rank all the teams, countries, clubs, whatever. And then in this tab you can also see news, overview, nations, competitions, clubs, head coaches, and all the rest. You're going to go into awards. In the awards column, you're going to click award winners. Under award winners, you're going to see how I found Mbappe as well. Knowing that Mbappe is one of the best players in League One, he actually won second best, but he was also second in the Goal 50 awards. And guess who was number one? Erling Haaland. We're going to take a sneak peek as to who is related to Haaland as to when you go on to find comparing players or players that are in similar comparison to this guy. And then, but what we have to do is you can go over to this option that says here award winners Goal 50. You can check this dialog box and then, or check this drop down menu, and then you're going to see all the other awards. There's World Goalkeeper of the Year, Golden Glove, NXGN. This is interesting. What's NXGN? So these are probably the best next gen players. And this is an interesting one. So you can find all these players here and then go on to select them and see what they're like. You can see this player is signed to Utrecht. I should probably scout this player and sign him. Interesting prospects. And then there are all other players that you can go one by one. Jude Bellingham was in this place as well as at 2023. There's Dennis Selman, another interesting player that you can go on to sign in. Wow, this is an absolute monster. This is an absolute monster of a goalkeeper. So this realm is actually littered with so many players, and then you can sign them just before they get older. Like Selman that I just finished clicking on right now, he's probably advanced in age. Let me see, how old is he now? 22. So it's going to be a lot more expensive. But if you look at Pete Hasnut, he's 19, so he's not going to be as expensive as when he turns 22, 23, 24. So what you're going to do now, this is next gen. We're going to look at Erling Haaland and see who is interesting in comparison with Erling Haaland. You can go on to click Haaland now and just do the same thing, find similar players. And then you can see my Henrik Hansen is also popping up here. There's also another striker in Lucas Smith at Barnsley, similar to Erling Haaland. And this player is on loan from West Ham, so he's going to cost you about 19 million. So he's probably a lot better than the other player that I signed, but it's going to cost you a bit more in this range. And if you're using an elite Premier League team or a team like Bayern Munich, you can go on to sign this guy. You can do it like that and just keep searching for where you can find interesting players. You can see an under Yilmaz here. He's German from Freiburg. It can cost you about 7 to 10 pounds or 7 to 10 million US dollars. So that's not a lot really, considering how expensive players are in Football Manager. That's not a lot of money. So you can go ahead and use this rule and see how you can go about finding good players for yourself. Remember, here's the following process as to how you can go about finding some of these players in case you don't know who. Go into the World tab, select World, select Rankings, then go to Awards, Award Winners. Once you select that, you can go about picking which award you're looking for, and then you can find which player role you want to compare to, and then find players from there and start scouting players from that position. Looking at World Golden Ball, Erling Haaland is here again. Oh my goodness, Haaland. Go ahead, try this in your game. Let me know what you think. Let me know which players you want to find. I'll catch you with more Football Manager hints and tips like this. See you in the next video.